Hello YouTube, my name is Malachai and welcome to my first YouTube video. What I want to be doing for my first YouTube video is showing off my Ultimate Spider-Man collection. I have the graphic novels, I have most of the single issues, the Peter Parker run mostly, and yeah. Okay. So, well, as you can see already, big fan of Ultimate Spider-Man. My bed sheets are the Mark Bagley version of Spider-Man. Okay, so we got here is your trade paperback, volume 1. This is one of my favorite panels. I like that. So that's volume 1. Oh yeah, Power and Responsibility, volume 1. Learning Curve, volume 2, which doesn't actually have the number on the front, it has it on the side though. These are good panels too, where Peter shows MJ that he's actually Spider-Man. Oh, I also thought this was funny, this cover, because down the line in the comics you always notice that Spider-Man's eyes are glossy because they're glass, but in this cover it always looks like they're just cloth, which is kind of funny because cloth can't reflect faces. But you know, I could let it slide. So that's Learning Curve, volume 2. Volume 3, Double Trouble. Dr. Octopus finally shows up in the Ultimate Universe after Norman Osborn blows himself up. Volume 4, Legacy, where Norman Osborn's dealing with the repercussions of trying to recreate the experiment that created Spider-Man. Green Goblin tries to take advantage of Spider-Man and take control of his life. Ends up throwing Mary Jane off a bridge. It's just later down the line leaves Mary Jane kind of traumatic. Eventually leads to Spider-Man regretting telling Mary Jane his secret at all. Volume 5, Public Scrutiny. This is the volume where there's the imposter and he kills Captain Stacy, Gwen Stacy's dad. Yeah. Gwen always seems to have taken it very hard and blames Spider-Man until, you know, we find out, or she finds out that Peter's Spider-Man. Volume 6, Venom. I think this is one of the best versions of Venom. You see, this is the beginning of the video game. What was it, 2006 or 7 or 8? Probably 2007. But it begins in the football field. And you see the goalpost, you go through the goalpost, and then you're on a rooftop, and then this panel right here is where it's like a motion comic kind of, and then he steps on the wire, and then it looks like he dies, but we don't really get to know, or back then we didn't, at least we all know now. Volume 6, Venom. Volume 7, Irresponsible. Spider-Man meets the X-Men. Introduces Kitty Pryde, Jean Grey, Storm, Xavier, Geldof, who's like the reason this is a volume. Volume 7, Irresponsible. Geldof is like a troubled... I don't want to say mutant because I don't remember if he's a mutant or not. But the X-Men deal with him. Yeah, we see here Peter's dealing with Aunt May and having to keep his identity secret, and May's going to therapy. Peter doesn't even know about it. Again, Peter wakes up with his mask off, which he hates. Volume 7, Irresponsible. Volume 8, Cats and Kings. I think this is around the issue 50 mark, where it introduces Black Cat. Oh, Peter's confronting Reggie's dad about something. I can't remember what exactly. Elektra's in on this too. Volume 8, Cats and Kings. Volume 9, Ultimate 6. This one, I don't know where this stands in like the chronology. Maybe it is after Cats and Kings, but there was a separate series, Ultimate 6. Like literally, this is what it was, and it was 7 issues. Like I think each issue focused on a specific character. I forget whether it has to do with the Ultimates or not, but we'll see that in here. I have the single issues in there. Might take a peek of those. Volume 9, Ultimate 6. Hollywood, Volume 10, where the Spider-Man Raimi trilogy gets retconned into the series. Make a movie about Spider-Man. This is Dr. Octopus takes a tooth out of him right here. That's why his face is all swelled up. This is where Gwen Stacy finds out he's Spider-Man. I like that cover. This one right here. Got volume 11. Carnage, Dr. Connors takes a blood sample of Spider-Man, messes with it. I think he messes with it like how he messed with his own body, like he puts some of that lizard stuff in it, and it causes that. And we all know Peter's sad because Gwen's dead. See if we can find that panel. It's a sad panel. I remember when I read when I first read the issue, like, I could just, cause I was like a little kid, I could feel the emotion and the sadness. Drains the life out of her. Like, see this right here? And that one. Just sucks the life out of her. That's like what it first looks like whenever it's in the lab. Aunt May finds Gwen dead. Volume 11, Carnage. We all know Gwen comes back later, but we'll get to that in a second. Volume 12, Superstars. Johnny Storm goes to normal high school. This cover is great. I like this. This is one of the issues where one of Doctor Strange's enemies is messing with Spider-Man. And I believe at the end of because there's 2 parts to this. There's this one, and then there's the cover where it's all the villains like ganging up on him. Let's see if we can find it. Here it is, I think. This is a great cover. I like this a lot. Makes Spider-Man or Peter feel bad because You know, we all know how Peter thinks he can't protect Mary Jane. And at the end of this comic, Peter's down in the basement. Doctor Strange ends up pulling him out of the nightmare. And then Mary Jane wants to go on their fancy date. But as we can all see, Peter's in fear of Mary Jane's life. Volume 12, Superstars. Hobgoblin. I think, in Volume 13, Hobgoblin, I think this is when we first see Harry after the first 4 volumes, I think. Because he's been off having therapy or something. Peter and Mary Jane break up in this volume. You know, Mary Jane tries to, or does I don't think she tries to. I think it just happens. Like she doesn't get with him, but stuff goes down, and then she rejects him kinda, cause you know she's still hooked on Peter, and then he asks her what's so special about Peter, and she says everything. I always thought it was a little weird. Like if you read this, like I don't know, I can just imagine what that voice sounds like. Where he's saying kill me and all that stuff. I don't know. I always liked how the goblins in the Ultimate Spider-Mans were like actual goblins and not men in suits. Volume 13, Hobgoblin. Volume 14, Warriors. Spider-Man, I guess, or we all know, teams up with Moon Knight. Forgot his name. Iron Fist and what was that? Shang-Chi? I'll have to see. I probably just butchered that name, but yeah, we'll see. Black Cat. I think Peter and Mary Jane are still broken up at this point. Peter falls into a car. Hamhead. Oh, this is a great part. Did you know, horny teenager Peter without a girlfriend. This girl, you know, tight leather suit, you know, kind of sexualized, you know, gets pressured on. She's probably like in her late 20s, and he's a teenager, and then she sees this and she throws up on him. I just think that was funny, cause you see his face and he's just like, can't hurt for trying. I don't know, this face makes me laugh every time I see it. And then we see Captain Jean DeWolf is crooked. Volume 14, Warriors. Silver Sable, where Roxxon CEO, or I guess he's a CEO, wants to talk to Spider-Man because he's always killing, or not, why did I just say killing? He's not killing. He's beating up all the villains who are trying to destroy Roxxon. Gets Silver Sable, ends up kidnapping Flash Thompson instead of Peter, and they make like a movie about it, but it's like totally exaggerated because you know it's Flash Thompson. I never understood in the video game why Venom wouldn't ever slap Silver Sable in like one slap and like knock her out, because isn't she just a human? In the game it's like she has superpowers or something, so I might be wrong, I don't know. Oh yeah, they make that movie and the X-Men find out about it. Flash Thompson exaggerates it. Peter Parker thinks it's gonna haunt him for life. Oh, that's Omega Red. I don't want you to mistake that for Carnage. It's Omega Red. Volume 15, Silver Sable. Volume 16, Deadpool. This one's kind of thick for there only being 2 Deadpool issues. Oh, that's different. I like that. I think the annual, annual 2? Yeah, this is annual 2. The art's change, as you can see. Went from Mark Bagley to, let's see if we can find out who that is. Yeah. Ultimate Spider-Man Annual 2. Written by Bendis and illustrated by Mark Brooks. Deadpool in this, because, you know, he wasn't as popular back then. It's just not even what he is now. It's like some game show host. It's like fourth wall breaking, I think. Oh, Morbius. Ben Urich turns into a vampire, but he ends up saving him. Punisher. Daredevil. Volume 16, Deadpool. Oh yeah, and Kitty Pryde. I think Kitty Pryde is one of the most interesting girlfriends of Spider-Man. Like Mary Jane, yeah, well, we obviously know the plot where she can't defend herself. Peter's always conflicted with this, but they break up. He ends up getting with her, and I like that. At least before issue 133. After 133 and the ultimatum stuff, she kind of turned into a whiny brat. Not whiny brat. I mean, you know, she's a mutant. She gets discriminated against. So I guess I can understand. Volume 16, Deadpool. Volume 17, Clone Saga. I've heard that this is one of the better reimaginings of the Clone Saga. I hear the 90s was bonkers and couldn't get a straight Clone Saga. Yeah, Gwen Stacy comes back. Peter thinks his dad comes back, but it's really just an older clone of him. Spider-Woman is a girl clone of Peter Parker, and here we find out that apparently Dr. Octopus is Magneto, and he can control the metal, and that it wasn't just the arms. They make Dr. Octopus Magneto, basically. Mary Jane gets turned into a monster. She gets turned back, but you can still see she has trauma. You see, because that's the cane of the Ultimate Universe, basically. This is the like I think he's called Tarantula in here. Yeah. Volume 17, Clone Saga. Volume 18, Ultimate Knights. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention in Clone Saga, May finds out Peter's Spider-Man, because, you know, all this crazy stuff's happening. Volume 18, Ultimate Knights. Volume 16, Clone Saga. This is the last volume where Mark Bagley's doing the artwork. Sad. Pretty sad. See, what is that character right there? Ronan? I think that's someone in disguise. I forget who. I haven't read this volume in a while. They're trying to go undercover. I think Daredevil's trying to kill Kingpin. And you know, like, with the MCU movies, like, Doctor Strange is this, like, all-powerful being, and you see him teaming up with Spider-Man, Iron Fist, I forgot his name, Moon Knight, and Daredevil. Like, he's not with the Avengers, he's with the Defenders, or the Knights, as they're called here. Iron Fist, I think, is Ronan, and he ends up betraying them, because I think his daughter, they were threatening his daughter or something. But I think Kingpin saw through it, and that's why he messed up. Yeah, this is the last cover that Mark Bagley did until about in the 150s for the death of Ultimate Spider-Man. Which I'm glad he started it, he finished it. I'm glad. This is the talk where Aunt May and Peter talk about him being Spider-Man. This is where that next artist is reintroduced. So the next issue, we're not all surprised. And then at the end, I think there's a letter from Mark Bagley, or at least in the comic. I don't think it's in the volume. Oh yeah, it's right here. So this is it. My last issue, Ultimate Spider-Man. Conflicted. Yeah, he should be. He should have been. Volume 18, Ultimate Knights. Volume 19, Death of a Goblin. I think, like, that just makes him look like the Jackal from the 616 universe. Like, that doesn't look like Hobgoblin because he's orange and big, and so is Green Goblin because he's green and big. So you can tell that the art's changed here, because I think this is the next issue, like the very next issue after 111. Death of a Goblin. So Green Goblin kills Hobgoblin. I don't know what I called Hobgoblin earlier. Did I call him Yellow Goblin? If I did, I meant to say Hobgoblin. So yeah, the raft, breakout and stuff. Carol Danvers is S.H.I.E.L.D. director. Nick Fury's nowhere to be found. So, you know, she's being a bit of a mean person. Yeah, like you see, like he doesn't look as big as he was in the beginning issues. My cat's in the background making noise. That's what that is. Keyboard. Oh, I wish I had this variant. I'm currently watching a bid on eBay right now for this. It's Kitty, stop. She's literally laying on the buttons. Yeah, I'm watching an item on eBay right now. It's signed by Stuart Immonen. I think that's what. Yeah, Stuart Immonen. It's signed like right here, and I think it's a 9.8 CG or CGG. I forgot what that comic grading thing is called. CCG or CGG. See, this is what they should be like, because, you know, and right here, they look nothing like they do right there. So, yeah, 19, Death of a Goblin. Volume 20, Ultimate Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. Because, you know, I think there was a very old TV show where it was these two characters with Spider-Man. I think Liz Allen finds out she has powers. I think her dad is Blob from the X-Men. I don't know where I got that idea from, but I think that's the case. Bobby Drake, Iceman. Omega Red, again. That's the dude that the Rockstar guy was concerned about while Spider-Man was protecting. You see, like, this, I like his art. Like, it's art. Like, of course, it's not bad, but, like, the way he draws Spider-Man's head, it's like an egg. And the eyes just look like more eggs on top of the egghead. Like, his head just looks like Sheen from Jimmy Neutron. Yeah, Spider-Man, Kitty Pryde. Oh, yeah. Look, her dad is Blob. See? I don't know if y'all can read that. I actually plan on going over all of the single issues. I don't know if you guys heard of a YouTuber named Rango Vids of Mango 0012, I think. Like, I don't know, like, the exact characters, because he has, like, letters and numbers in his name. But he's on, like, issue, like, one. He's probably on this issue right here. He started a few years ago. That's what made me want to read the Ultimate Spider-Man comics. I think in the beginning I said I read them as a kid. I didn't read them as a kid. I did read them on the internet, but I didn't read the actual issues as a kid. Like, I watched his videos, and that just gave me nostalgia of the old game, and I was like, oh my god, I have to read these. That was like 2 years ago. He was on issue, like, what, 60? It was around when what's it called? Or Johnny Storm came into the scene. Volume 21, War of the Symbiotes. I don't know why I've had it portrait this whole time. Maybe it would have been better if I had it like this. because you know Gwen Stacy is the Carnage symbiote, and Venom is still Eddie Brock. Venom absorbs Carnage, spits out Gwen Stacy, and now Venom doesn't need, or Venom's complete or something like that. Oh, maybe he pulls a gun on Eddie Brock. Oh yeah, and one of the covers has Venom's eyes, like just red pupils. I didn't like that. That's a nice cover. Oh, yeah. This happens in the game too. You see Eddie just talking to people. I think either that or he just eats people in the forest or something. Venom. This is in the game too, where they're not in the museum, but they're outside of the museum, on like fighting on the top. See eating people. Yeah, Beetle. Later in the issues, this is in the game too. You follow Beetle and you like beat him up. Beetle like sucks up Venom into his suit or something. Does a Hail Hydra or a Latveria or something like that. And then Peter's talking about how it's his dad's creation and how it might have just started World War III. I think Nick Fury says it almost started World War III. Here's when he sucks up the symbiote out of Gwen Stacy and spits her out. Yeah, and then you see the eyes are like pupils. It just looks like, it doesn't even look like Venom anymore. It just looks like a dumb monster from Cloverfield or something. Oh yeah, here he is. He sucks him up and it says, what does it say? Please tell my Lord that I am in receipt of the package. I'm on my way to the home country. Oh, yeah, Lord bless the library. I thought he said like Hail Hydra or something. Volume 21, War of the Symbiotes. And finally, of the TPBs I have, the trade paperbacks, Volume 22, Ultimatum. Oh man, my feet are kind of tired. Ultimatum, we obviously all know Magneto had some beef with humanity and decided to switch the poles, you know. I think, yeah, Doctor Strange's enemy gets in Hulk's head and makes him just like go crazy. I think Hulk goes, like, after he does all this destruction, he turns back into a human, and then he asks him to like kill him or something. I think I've seen that somewhere. In one of these last issues, it's like a silent issue, like no one says any words. Yeah, here's when he goes crazy. I think the last issue is just focused on Kitty Pryde and Spider-Woman. Yeah, see, they're saving people, but they're searching for him at the same time. See, it's silent. Like, you can just imagine in your head like what they're screaming, like Peter. Like, I don't even think they would be saying Spider-Man. They would probably just be screaming Peter. They find his mask, or I think Kitty does. The aftermath. Yeah, there's Kitty Pryde right there with his mask. If this is how Ultimate Spider-Man would have ended, I think that would have been fine. Maybe, I don't know, maybe not. I just don't like where the whole Ultimate Universe went with the whole Secret Wars 2 and Worlds Collide. Okay, so I have those. Those are all the first 22. Here, I have extras. I got Volume 4, Volume 3, Volume 2, Volume 1, and then a hardcover of the Clone Saga. The Clone Saga is the first one I bought because I didn't know I was going to end up getting a whole deal on these. I got these for like all 20. No, this one I bought separately for like $10. And the other 20 I got for like $100 by some awesome guy on eBay that I might link in the description. I'm new to this whole YouTube thing, so I don't know how linking descriptions work or how you like shout people out or whatever, but I might link him in the description because he hooked me up like really good. Like each of these, like if you go to Barnes and Noble, they're like, let's see what the retail price of this last one is. $20 US. What's this one? 16. Oh, it's not bad but it's thinner. What's this one? 13. Why does it keep going down? This makes my point look bad. 15. 16. This one should be expensive. 25. Yeah, because this one's super thick. This one has like 8 issues. 20. 16. Like, you get the idea, but like all of these combined should have been at least like 350. Like, not 350, but like 200, 250 max, or at least. But this guy, he hooked me up with 21 volumes, and then because he didn't have the last one, I just had to buy it off Amazon. Yeah, I might hook him up. I might link him in the description if I can. I don't know how that would work with eBay people. These ones, the sad thing about my Ultimate Spider-Man collection is that I only have every issue after 27. I don't have the first 27 issues. So instead of giving me the first 27 issues, he just gave me the first 4 TPBs, trade paperbacks, to like compensate, because he didn't have it. So what I bought was this, and then 28 to 133, and then after like we know when it renumbers to 1, and then it's Ultimate Comics Spider-Man, I have to buy those separately. But the guy I bought the single issues with gave me the first 4 trade paperbacks. He gave me that Ultimate 6 the Ultimate 6 volume I was talking about, but like in single issue form, so like the 7 issues of that. The super special, which is basically issue 150, just copied onto a different cover. If you think about it, like, just look at what's inside both of those, and you'll see that they're the exact same thing. He got me the Wizard half issue, like the 1/2, and they were mostly in good condition. Some of the spines of the comics were whited out, but that's not really what I care about. I don't care about the quality of it. I don't plan on selling these anytime soon, or maybe at all, because these really mean something to me, because I'm a young kid, got my first job, spend like going on $600 on just freaking Spider-Man stuff. So pretty proud of it. This one I'm pretty proud of. Like, this was the first one I bought. I bought this on Amazon for like $15, and I was like, and when it came in, I was just like, wow, look at this. So I got these so I don't have to open up every single comic. I got these so I don't have to open every single comic. I got these just for collecting. And this, I'll get to this in a bit. So, yeah, I like this. And every single issue was unbagged and unboarded. So I had to buy my own bags and boards and I've spent at least 3 hours bagging and boarding individual comics. That was like $30 of bags and boards. I still have like 50 left for when I get the rest, because I only have up to 160. I want to get the Miles Morales issues as well. I've only wanted to get those recently. I wasn't really a big fan of Miles Morales, his character. Designated shelf where all these go, so I have to like position them on my desk or they won't fall down. I have to order a shelf or go to IKEA or something. So you see here, I have like leaned up against the wall of my speaker, my Xbox games. As you can see, like I said before, I'm a real big fan of Ultimate Spider-Man in the 1610 universe. Tried to make my Iron Man helmet out of cardboard, you know. Ran out of marker. Got that from my dad. It's pretty cool. My setup, PS1, computer. This is not where my computer's hooked up. I'm lazy and I lay in bed and I play video games and watch YouTube and stuff. That's my little setup. So the PS1 is hooked up to that. The Xbox, which is not modded or anything, it's just my dad was trying out something with it, kind of flopped, so put a metal piece on it. Yeah. Big fan of the Arkham games. Call of Duty. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, it's Spot Shot. Alright, so now to the single issues. Alright, so I'm just going to pull these out one at a time. Alright, so we're going to start at the top. Got Ultimate Spider-Man Super Special #1. Got Annual #1, one of my favorite covers of all time, just because, you know, like I said before, I like Kitty Pryde's character. And that's just, Mark Bagley is just, it's incredible. This is that second annual I was talking about. Annual 3 was kind of weird. Peter and Reggie talk about sex. Ultimate Spider-Man Half Wizard, which comes with the, actually, I need to take the certificate of authenticity out. There's a little story with that. I used to have this, but my dumb self went to my local comic book store and traded it in for store credit. So I lost that. Kind of bummed me out. I found out that this came with it. I was kind of happy. As you can see, certificate of authenticity. No, I hate it whenever, like, I find a signed comic on eBay or Amazon. It doesn't come with a certificate of authenticity. Like when I was first able to spend my own money on comics, like I bought this signed issue. What is it? 33? The Venom cover, and it's signed by supposedly by the artist and the writer and one of the guys covers or something. So yeah, there's the half. Okay, so then, yeah, this is that Ultimate TPB Ultimate 6 #1, because see, it has the Ultimates on here, but there's 6. There's Giant Man, Thor, Captain, Iron Man, Spider-Man, and the Wasp. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so I don't know if that has any correlation. I haven't read these in a bit. So yeah, that's why I said here, because here there's Dr. Octopus theme, Green Goblin theme, Electro theme, Sandman theme, Craven theme, and I guess here is like where it all goes down. Like I said earlier, we're starting out at 28 because I don't have the first 27. Spider-Man 28, Sidetracked. 29, Stolen Identity. 30, Emergency. I think that's when he gets shot, and then he has to call Mary Jane, and then he goes to the hospital like as a John Doe, and then he like escapes. Black Van is where the Wasp helps out Spider-Man with his injury. Just a Guy, where we all know he kills Captain Stacy, and then he almost ends up like beating this guy to death because he's pretending to be Spider-Man. This is the issue 32 I was talking about. So that's Bagley. It looks legit, but it doesn't come with a certificate of authenticity. So it's not like I was gonna sell it anyways. It's just, you know, the fact that it's signed it all. I don't know who that is. I think that's Bagley. No, that's Bagley. That's Bendis. I don't know who that one is. I'm gonna have to look that up. I've had it for like a few weeks and I don't even know who signed it. And I have another 33, you know, just normal. Because, you know, if this one's fake and it's worth nothing, at least I got a normal one. 34, 35. Oh yeah, I haven't been naming the titles. Just a guy, Origins, you know, because, you know, he finds the Venom stuff behind a shelf or something. Inheritance, Legacy. Today. This is like one of the, like, you give a little Google search of Ultimate Spider-Man, the video game, and you'll see this picture come up. Still, you know, you see how, like, the little margin right here kind of, like, changes throughout the issues. Father's Pride. I think in one of these, the Ultimate Spider-Man logo is purple. Yeah. Because this is the issue. He has the suit on. That's how I knew which one it was. Therapy. Aftermath of it, I guess. Average Bear. The Letter. This was one of my favorite issues because it's like, I like the emotion of Spider-Man, the Ultimate Spider-Man, when it comes to Mary Jane and Peter Parker's relationship. Like, I know I like Kitty Pryde's too, but, you know, we gotta give props to the original Mary Jane and Peter. Temptations. Help. Tamper. This is the one with Geldof. Guilt. Afterwards. Hold on, adjust these comics real quick. So 46 Afterwards. 47 Suspended. Oh, wait. Oh yeah, they're both suspended. I was freaking out a little bit there. Hero. And the big 50 with the first appearance of Black Cat. 51 Shadow Puppets. Don't know the correlation with the title. Cat Fight. You know, Elektra and Catwoman. Did I just call it Catwoman? Black Cat. Switching sides, you know. Daughters. That might be with Bombshell, because, you know, later she's part of the New Ultimates. But that might be Bombshell and her mom. Hollywood Part 1 with the movie. Hollywood Part 2. Hollywood Part 3. That's a nice cover. I like that. The gloss. I've actually drawn this cover. Like, I'm not special or anything, but I think I'm pretty good at drawing. 57. Oh, I haven't made any titles. Part 4. Part 5. That's a good cover. 59. Oh yeah. I wanted to say this does look a lot like the Raimi Dr. Octopus from Spider-Man 2. Carnage, number 1. Carnage, number 2. Carnage, number 3. This is another one of my favorite covers, because, you know, it's just a simple black with Carnage, his red and orange glowing. Carnage Part 4. I don't know why because I'm looking at the title through the phone, and it looks like it says orange instead of Carnage. Just put my phone on the charger real quick. Okay, we're back on. Carnage Part 5. Carnage Part Detention. Oh yeah, after this. Peter feeling guilty for Gwen Stacy. They're in detention, and then Flash gets all butthurt. No, not Flash. Someone gets butthurt. I don't know. But Flash liked Gwen Stacy, and Mary Jane figures it out, and you know. In this issue, we don't even believe this. Wolverine and Spider-Man switch minds. It's something with Jean Grey pulling a prank on him or something. I forgot. Jump the Shark. Popular. I've drawn this cover too. This is a great cover. I love Bagley's hands, like the way he draws Spider-Man's hands. I don't know. And the spider logo. It's just, you don't see it. It's so simple, but it's so effective. I like it. I've drawn this cover. I like this cover a lot. Like I said in the Strange, whenever we were in the trade paperbacks, I like this cover a lot. As well as 71 Strange Part 2. You have the start of Hobgoblin with Hobgoblin Part 1. I'm gonna turn the phone to landscape again. Hobgoblin Part 2. Where Mary Jane has problems and Peter has issues with trusting Mary Jane because she doesn't know how to listen. 75th issue. Milestone right there. 76. Hobgoblin Part 5. Hobgoblin Part 6. Dumped. Oh, this is finally where Peter gets fed up with Mary Jane not listening. As a reader, you think like, nah, they're not gonna break up, but they do. Warriors Part 1. Warriors Part 2. Warriors Part 3. This is a good cover. I like. It's a good concept. I don't like the way they portray Iron Fist, because, you know, in like the MCU Netflix show, he's all like a beast, but I don't know, whatever. Warriors Part 4 with that odd cover with this is like clickbait for the early 2000s. Big boobs on black hat. Warriors Part 5. Warriors Part 6. I think this is the turning point where Black Cat switches sides. Warriors Part 7. Silver Sable Part 6. 86. There was a funny incident when I ordered these because you see bonus Ultimate Vision story inside because it's flipped. It's like as soon as you turn it over, you see the Vision comic. So whenever I was making sure every comic was there that he said was there, I had them all face up, which I was wrong obviously, but I thought they were all face up, and there was Vision comics, and I was like, dude, why are there Vision comics but you're missing 86 and 87? But it turns out I just flipped them over and there was 86 and 87. 88. 89. 90. Yeah, because also with the 86 and 87, I was like, dude, like, why are these issues missing? I already had them, but I was like, why are they missing? And I saw, and then they were there, and I felt bad because I was kind of like complaining to the guy that I ordered from. Oh, look, we skipped Silver Sable Part 5. This is a great cover. I like that. You see Bagley's art, or the color is starting to evolve, yeah. But with those 86 and 87, I felt bad because I gave that guy a little grief. It's not like I didn't make him refund me anything, because I don't know, I feel bad, but I didn't make him refund anything. Deadpool Part 2. Also, there are more parts to Deadpool. No wonder that thing was so thick. Deadpool Part 4, like you see this, like this color, like it just looks more polished and up to date. Morbius Part 1. Morbius Part 2. Like it has, I think, blades in these. Clone Saga Part 1. Clone Saga Part 2. I've drawn this cover too. It looks great in my opinion. Clone Saga Part 3. Clone Saga Part 4. I mean, this is just like so perfect because it's like issue 100. They're on Clone Saga. It's like the perfect reason to draw 100 Spider-Man on the same cover. This another one of my favorite covers. Carnage. Clone Saga Part 5. Clone Saga Part 6. I've tried to draw this cover. It's a work in progress. Clone Saga Part 7. This is a great cover that I've also drawn. Clone Saga Part 8. Clone Saga Epilogue. Yeah, you know, because they beefing. Because apparently Spider-Man can't keep himself away from Mary Jane. And he hasn't officially broken up with Kitty Pryde, so it's like he's kind of cheating on her. So, yeah. Issue 106, Ultimate Knights. That's a great cover. 07, Ultimate Knights Part 2. 08, Ultimate Knights Part 3. Let me get these other ones out before they fall. Ultimate Knights Part 4, 109. And this is sometime after Clone Saga, so Aunt May has been recovering from her coma that she got in the Clone Saga for like a whole like 7 issues maybe. 10 Ultimate Knights Part 5. Lost that one because I know that which one's next, which is 111. Another special cover because it's the last one he drew. I would get the variant, but I like this one better. I have other comics to buy. 112. 113. Yeah, you notice they stop having chapters after a while, which I don't mind. I like it better when it's just this. It's cool. Oh, and I forgot to mention also, issue 50, it goes from the metal with the red imprint to like the whoosh of Ultimate. Like you see it, there's like a blur right there, like they're moving fast. It turns from that to that around issue. It is issue 50. Let me find it. Okay, so you see 49, it's like that, and 50 it changes. I noticed that. I thought I was gonna bring that point up in this video. So yeah, I like this cover. This is a good cover by Eminem. Or I don't know if this is the same. Yeah, just Eminem. Because you see that, and then you see that with his egghead, and you're just like, what the heck's going on? 115, 116, 117. That's a good cover. I like that. 118, the trade paperback cover that we saw. Is that Dr. Octopus? Oh wait, no, that's Magneto. I forgot. They have the same powers, but they're different people. 119, that was a joke, by the way. I know who they are. 120, you know, you see in the previous ones, Wolverine looks like Wolverine, but here he looks like, I don't know if you've ever played a video game called Hatred. It's like like if you ever played Fallout 2, like the camera angle, it's like Hatred's like that, but you're on a killing spree. He looks like the main character from that game. Looks so dark. Omega Red. 121. 122. Shocker kidnaps Peter. Spider-Man. Because it's just a cover. You don't know if actually it's Spider-Man. 123. 124. I like this Beetle cover. Reminds me of it again. I like this cover as well. It's one of the better sides of the Eminem covers. Cause that spider logo, just look at that. Like the other one was perfect. This one just looks so. If the spider logo is too detailed sometimes, it just doesn't work. 126. I've tried to draw this cover, I just can't get the angle of them right. They all look like cartoons. They don't even look like they were drawn good. This is, I hate this cover. I don't hate it, but I have a strong dislike for it. Just, I'll try to focus in on it. Look at that face. What is that? What's going on here? There's only been like, this is the exact same Clone Saga cover. You saw the purple Clone Saga cover. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, it's just like that one, just worse. But that one's actually good because it's by Mark Bagley. 128, where I was talking about the pupil eyes that just look ridiculous. Like whatever, we'll go on. 120. I've drawn this cover. I was so happy how this turned out. How that turned out. It was like one of my first ones, and it just came out so good. 130 with I forgot Ultimatum. No. Where Dr. Octopus changes the tide, not the tides, the poles. When I say Dr. Octopus, I mean Magneto, because they basically have the same powers in this universe, so what's the difference? 132, we see Kitty Pryde, Mary Jane in a scuffle. 133, again, a good cover by Eminem. Okay, so I'm gonna put all these comics back into the box because, yeah, we don't want this just, oh, never mind, I forgot we had these other ones to cover. Okay, so we flip this over real quick. We have Ultimatum, Spider-Man Requiem. I don't know what kind of title that is, but that'll do. And then part 2. And then we get into this territory. This is what got me back into comics. This is the very first issue that got me back into comics. My local comic book store had issue 1 through 15 for $15. And my mom was like, because I was a little kid, you know, my mom was like, you can get it, because, you know, it was cheap, it was a good price. So I was like, oh yeah, it's Spider-Man, it can't be bad, right? So I got it, read it. I was a big fan of it, but now that I look back on it, I mean, it's alright. But the main thing I have is with the art. You see, like, last I was complaining about his head looking like an egg. Hold on, where's it? Yeah, egghead, dude, look at that. But this, his head just doesn't even have shape. It's just the circle. It's an oval. I feel like this cover's just lazy. But I guess it's trying to get that Mysterio theme, because, you know, Mysterio's in this, in these first few issues. Yeah, here he is right here. I think Mysterio doesn't even exist in this universe. He comes from the 616 universe. We all know who this is. This is gonna be my first, like, comment in comment section below if you know who this is. You know, just people just wanting to get comments on the videos. But comment down below if you know who this is. Spoiler, it's Kitty Pryde. This cover. Oh, what do I say about this? You see, like remember issue 13 where it looks like his eyes are cloth, but here it looks like they're glass. Like the inconsistency. Issue 16. Like, what even is this cover? Look at his body. Look at his hair. This just looks like an anime. Like, nothing wrong with anime. No disrespect to anime. I love me some Death Note and Tokyo Ghoul and Attack on Titan, but that's bad. Number 7. This cover's kind of cool. I had to order 7 and 8 separately because when I ordered the Ultimate Comics Spider-Man, I had to order them separately from the rest of the up to 133. So issue 7, issue 8. I could care less about these, but I'm a collection kind of dude. I want to become a collection kind of dude. So I gotta have this just to be part of the collection. At first, because it was bagged twice, and I felt the bag, and the sticker was inside the bag instead of outside the bag. And I was like, I swear to God, if they put the sticker on the comic book, I'm leaving them the worst review they'll ever see. But it just turns out it was on the screen protector. I was like, yay. 9, simple cover, very effective. I like it. Oh yeah, that's where Johnny Storm tries to make out with Peter's clone, which he finds kind of disgusting. So Kitty Pryde getting threatened by, I think, the FBI or something, because she's using her powers in class, but she's the one getting bullied. Issue 11, where J. Jonah Jameson is, or someone has replaced J. Jonah Jameson. Comment down in the comment section below if you know who that is. Spoilers, it's gonna be in the end. Issue 12, where the Chameleon takes over Spider-Man. This is actually a good saga. I like this one right here. I'm surprised they don't have like a name for it or something. But like in the trade paperbacks, it's just Chameleon. I think it's Volume 2 Chameleon. But yeah, this was a good saga to me. Like, I like the drama in it. I'm a drama kind of guy. I might not like his round head, his egg-shaped head, but I do like this cover. Like, you never see Spider-Man with a shotgun. But I'll blow some heads off. This cover, Heartbreak City. I know this one because I forgot. I don't know how I know this, but I know it's Heartbreak City. Issue 150, the one I said that is exactly like the super special. It has the exact same art, exact same story, except for like a few pages. There's a wraparound cover. I would say this is a pretty good cover. I don't know why this is an exception for the egg, like the weird egg-shaped head and the body. Like, I like this for some reason. I don't like Mary Jane. Mary Jane looks like a dweeb. Gwen Stacy, yeah, this kind of fits her. Made Uncle Ben look like a hippie. Don't know who that is. That's the Bully, Silver Sable, Beetle. That actually looks like the Samurai Dr. Octopus. Who is that? That is not Mysterio. Don't know who that is. Green Goblin, Magneto, Hobgoblin, Chameleon, Venom, and then you see like a little Carnage right there. And then there's Rogue, Spider-Man, Kitty Pryde, Kong. Kong has one of the greatest character developments in the series, I would say. And this one's pretty thick. It's as thick as the super special, which kind of gives it away that they're kind of the same thing. Not really, but right. 151, that came with the 150 and the 15 and the 14. This cover is, it's alright. Now this cover is good. I like it, it's alright. It's better than that. I think I'm pretty sure it's a different artist. Or is it? Yeah, it is, because you see the signature's different. Yeah, but I tried to draw that, but I was a little kid and I had it and I traced it, because little kids like to trace things and say it's theirs. Is that me? Is that just me? I guess, I don't know. But I traced that and I was like, hey mom, look, I drew this black cat. You like it? She was like, oh yeah. I can tell now that she knew. Here we get into Death of Spider-Man Prelude with this cartoony Ultimate Spider-Man from Disney XD looking cover. Oh, I hate that every time I go on the internet and I search Ultimate Spider-Man, freaking Drake Bell's Ultimate Spider-Man TV show version is the one that comes up. Ugh, this bothers me, because that's not the one that should be represented. I like this cover. It's more detailed. I'm not a fan of the eyes. They're a little too pointy, a little too. His webs are a little too. Todd McFarlane for me. I think Todd McFarlane's the one who draws the webs all close together. This one, I like this cover a lot. Like, it's not Mark Bagley, but I think it's an artist who did the Spider-Verse character, like the Spider-Verse, the Amazing Spider-Man 9 through 15. I like that. Bagley returns with Ultimate Spider-Man, Death of Spider-Man, issue 156. I've drawn this cover detail for detail. I'm so happy with how it came out. I just need to draw on the details, because I'm not that great to where like I'm like comic cover level, but like I can draw something like this. My first time I drew his waist like way too long, or his torso like way too long, make him like look like his back was sticking out all the way. Or again, Bagley, amazing, but I don't understand how Iron Man went from whatever oval shape arc reactor to his MCU suit. Like, what the heck's that all about? 158, we're getting to the end, guys. Good cover again, you know, by Bagley. Ooh, we're getting there. Ultimate Death of Spider-Man, issue 159. Here we go. This is the 160 that I have. I think this is the first print. Not signed, not autographed or anything. Yeah, but this is what I have. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll have to put the phone down. It's back in the bed. I'll just talk over it for a while. So, I wanted to say Rango Vids of Mango 12 is what really inspired me to make this video, because I was a big fan of how he's literally like, you think something that long would be like discontinued or something, but he like kept up with it. That really made me like, what if I could do mine, but like in my own way. I didn't want to like copy his whole idea, you know, like I'll probably like tweet this out at him or something, like so he could like maybe shout me out or something. I don't know, but I just thought I'd thank him if you ever watched this video, because he was a big inspiration for me in buying these comics and making this video in the first place. Alright, we can put these up later. It's gonna take much time. I don't know how to edit videos because I'm a noob. So we'll just put that box there. Take the phone off the charger. We'll go into this box because all these comics right here I bought after I got a job, which was like 2 months ago. These comics right here are my special comics because I bought these with spare monies I had lying around that I collected over months and years. I went to my other local comic book store, Bedrock City. I may or may not have put 2 issues in one to make it look like I bought 1 instead of 2. Don't tell him I said that. A joke, by the way. Yeah, these are. I'm always gonna keep these separate because it was much harder to get the money to buy these than what, like, my checks are like $500 and I spend like half of them on like stuff I actually need, and I spend the other half on comics. So I don't know, these ones are just like, yeah, I had this vision like I would never get these comics, but like obviously I was too young to realize I would get a job someday. I gave my original issue 1. I gave issue 1 of Ultimate Comics Spider-Man, issue 1. Why did I say issue 1 twice? I gave the first issue of this, the first issue of All New Spider-Man 2099 and Amazing Spider-Man, I think what, the 2014 or 2013 to him, like for Christmas, like a few years back. That's why I was like, I kind of regretted to give it to him, but now I have the other one, so it's all good. And dude, like, if you notice with these, like, they're the type of bags where you can reseal them. I screwed them all up because I thought I was going to be cool and try to stick them to my wall with tacks, but now they just all have holes in them. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the reason I rebought these is because you see they have all of this just dirt and grime from me being a little kid and not having them in the protectors. And I rebought the same issues, and some of them still had the stuff on them, so it's like maybe other people had the same problem. Issue 9, issue 10, issue 11, issue 12, issue 13, issue 14, issue 15, 150 again, 151, 152, like if you literally took this cover out, you'd see all the markings of how I traced it. One day I'm gonna have to redraw this and like see the differences. My beloved issue 1 of Ultimate Comics All New Spider-Man. This was like $15, and back then that was like so much money for me. I was like, oh my god. This random ass Ultimate Comics All New Spider-Man 27. And this is same thing, random issue number 9 of a different series. I have some protectors. At my local comic book store, they got a 2 for $1 comics section. I got this ripped up Spider-Girl number 50. Previews, Venomverse. They just gave me that because I bought a whole bunch of other comics. Superior. I was really into this. But I just never got around to collecting the whole thing. 2, 7, 14. This cover's such a goof. Look how close her boobs are to each other. Like, look at that. Me as a kid, you know, of course I was paying attention to this. It's just, I noticed and I was like laughing at the same time as I was admiring it. But look at the way the webs are drawn. It makes it look like each little web is like not even a web. It's like the new Infinity War suit. Like it's all glossy and with the arms and stuff. I like that. Number 30. Oh, here's where we go to 2. I don't have 1 because I gave it to my friend. 2, 3. I'm missing 4. I never ever got the chance to get 4. I think that's the original Sin with Silk. 5, 6. I think that's 6. Yeah. 7. The Edge of Spider-Verse. 8. And here we go with Spider-Verse. This was another one of the things that got me back into comics. This, like, seeing all the Spider-Man, because you see Miles Morales, and I was like, why is there Miles Morales and Amazing Spider-Man? Number 10. Kind of tired, guys. Number 11. Dan Slott. I don't know how I feel about Dan Slott. Oh my god, look at these retarded covers I have. No offense to mentally ill people, but I really don't like these covers. Like I said before, I really hate this Ultimate Spider-Man. But this was the only one that was available, so you know. I had to get issue 12. This one I messed up. I don't know what I did. I like scuffed it. That was like a white mark. So if I ever plan on selling these, I'm not getting much for them. Because they're not even in bags. Like, if you had to give these a rating, they'd probably be like freaking 6 or something. Like, look at that. For focus. You can see the white. It's not good. 15. And then it just goes back to normal Spider-Man stuff. You know. God's totally gonna just try to kill a whole multiverse full of Spider-Man. 17. Oh, I think I have 16.1 right there. Yeah, 16.1. 17. 17.1. 18. Or no, wait. Where is it? Oh, 18. Avengers Age of Ultron. No. Superior Spider-Man 2. I thought this was a good cover because it's Spider-Man and Octavius. And the Superior Spider-Man cover, you know. Another random issue of Spider-Man 2099, issue 8. Edge of Spider-Verse, variant edition, number 5. If y'all interested in buying any of these, hit me up. No, not really. I don't have a card. My mom's not trying to take me to the freaking post office. Marvel Point 1, I think this is the first appearance of Kane. I think. Oh, and I collect hero clips, so got a whole bunch of the cards. You know. Like Jesus Christ, I must have like at least $300 worth of hero clips. hero clicks in a second. Maybe I won't. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll make a different video. Kitty, why are you being so noisy? And then I have an X-Men straight paper bag, but I cut it all up and I was gonna decorate my wall with all these. I just never got around to it. But watch it. Hero clicks that. And that's that. Oh my god, Kitty, stop being noisy. This is my wall. I'm a big fan of Logic. If you don't know who Logic is, it's a rapper from a state that I'm trying to remember. That's my personal wall, which I'm not going to show y'all because it's special. It's my Iron Man helmet. I have Avengers 1, Age of Ultron, Civil War, and Infinity War. These little, I don't know, I thought it was cool. And then, oh yeah, and I have these right here, these little issues right here. There's my Diamond Select Barbarian Hulk, my Infinity War Thor. That's the X-Men thing. And that's a homemade Star-Lord helmet. Work in progress for about 3 months now. Never got around to finishing it. Predator and Alien. Deadpool hat. Put that down. A Fred Pool for print, signed by Chris Foreman himself in the top corner right there. I think these are Ultimate Spider-Man posters that I never put up. Like, they're not posters, but they're pieces of paper that I printed out. Oh yeah, Logic's from Maryland. Wow, those actually fell. Yeah, Logic's from Maryland. I can't believe I forgot that. Alright, so we have first on the collector's item issue, Spider-Man #1. This is the Todd McFarlane I was talking about. Yeah, I guess he does have the webs together. Spider-Man Unlimited issue 1. I have these in the Ultra Pro poly bags, you know, because I know these are more rare. Web of Spider-Man 32. Venom, Lethal Protector issue 1. Again, you know that new Venom movie coming out. These will probably be on the market soon. Not on the market, but like people would probably be talking about that whenever they bring up the movie. Venom. It's funny because that's my birthday, March 2nd, but it's Venom issue 2 that came out in March. This one is signed by Mark Bagley. No certificate of authentication, sadly, but let's hope that's real. Venom issue #4. First issue of Deadpool. Thought that was pretty cool. Found that at our local comic book shop for about $10 back in my childhood days. Yeah, most of these I found in the back section of my comic book store because they had the 2-for-1 and then they had the back section that had the more special ones. Shout out to All-Star Comics. Back up there. And the freaking alien predator fell here. Pick that back up. We can take a look at my drawings. Beware, some of them might be horrendous. Okay, so as you can see, this is one of those Venom issues. You know, like I said, I try to get it as detailed as the original as possible, so I gotta color this in. Again, like I said, I just finished this one the other day, and I posted it on my art Instagram, which I will link in the description. Don't mean to self-promote myself, but I'd like y'all to go check that out. That just the guy issue. Don't remember what issue that is, but I have to finish that. A lot of these are work in progress, cause like they're so tiny. My hands get so tired. This is the one one of the ones I'm so proud of. Like, it's just so, like, once you have a finished product, this isn't the finished product obviously, but like once you have something that you're happy you can stop on. It's a good, I love this one. The moon, I couldn't really get detail, but I did my best. This is one of my first ones. Not like my first drawing, but like one of my first Ultimate Spider-Man drawings. Yeah, I drew this cover, but still work in progress. This one, because I didn't use the right pencil, so it would smear. I don't know if y'all can tell, but there's just smear marks everywhere. I'm proud of that. Scorpion, the Scorpion Clone Saga #1, the Jump the Shark issue. I'm not too happy with the Logan, how it came out, or these shadows, because, like, you know, I wasn't good at shadows. I'm still not good at shadows, but yeah. Love this issue. The Superstars, I think. Venom still. Don't remember that one, but I do like the cover, so I drew it. That's 27, I think. And this is one of the swords. So I could never get the hair or this face right. It was just such a weird angle. Another one of my first ones, and I colored it in with Sharpie because that's all I had. Some logic stuff. Yeah, those are some of my work in progresses. I can't get faces right sometimes. These are my colored ones. This one, I messed up on the hand so bad, but I do like that little bicep gloss right there. Superstars. I don't remember if this or the Superstars. This was one of my early ones. Colored in with Sharpie because I didn't have anything else. It turned yellow on the back for some reason. Issues 5 or 6, I think. Work in progress. Epilogue, Clone Saga, work in progress. And you know, had to draw me some Spider-Man. Simple lines, and I'm gonna fill that in someday. This, horrendous. Look at that mask. And if you know what that is, no, it's Logic's Bobby Tarantino. Logic presents Bobby Tarantino. I just modified it and put the Sam Raimi Spider-Man's head on it. Oh, and this one of my first ones, as I drew as a kid. As you can see, it's like the Declaration of Independence. It's all torn up. I put tape on it, but messed up. Miles Morales, Symbiote, Superior, 2999, Scarlet Spider. For some reason, I thought these were the only Spider-Man to ever exist, and for some reason, I forgot the original. If you know what issue this is based off, this is like whenever Superior Spider-Man meets 2999. Because you know on here he's like under it, and he's like parched under. He's like holding on with his hands, but I couldn't. That was too complicated for me, so I had to draw him like this. Yeah. I drew that in with pens. Good old days. And oh yeah, let me pull the heroes. Alrighty. Now, if you don't know what HeroClix are, it's like a board game, like a role-playing game or something. It's got Marvel, DC, like indie stuff too. It's not just brand stuff. I don't really play the board game. I just collect the figures. I've never had enough money to buy actual statues or the expensive toys. This is that a piece of dust? Yeah, that's dust. It's because it's under my bed. This is a modified Spider-Man. Originally, it's a different Spider-Man. I just took a Spider-Man from a different piece and glued it on there. I should put that on the shelf or something. Ghost Rider. This one's broken. He's supposed to have like a chain or something. Batwoman. The Thing. Kingpin, and a little stubby Italian looking man. Don't mean to be racist. Juggernaut. I'm the Juggernaut, bitch. Doctor Strange. Don't know who that is. Don't really care. Running the Accuser, you know, from Guardians of the Galaxy, blah blah blah. Gravity, some Z-list hero that no one knows about that's actually in Marvel. Let me try to find. Let me just dump it. There's a Scarlet Spider. Yeah, here it is. I really like the show. This is one of my best ones. These things are they were just so addicting to buy, or for my mom to buy, because I didn't have no money to buy these. Look at all this dust. The camera picks up all the dust. Wow. I'm not this dirty, guys. It's just, I poured it all out and there's dust everywhere. See if the camera can focus on there. That's like such a great figure. See if there's any other good ones. It's Atlas. It's like a Bagley Atlas, you can tell. Electro Hot Wheel. Spider-Man Hot Wheel. I don't know if that'll focus. I like this Kid Flash. This Kid Flash is pretty cool. Bouncing Boy from Legion of Superheroes. That show was really cool for me to watch as a kid. Legion of Superheroes. Iron Fist from Ultimate Comics we saw earlier. Luke Cage. I didn't know I had Luke Cage. This Brainiac. It's Hulk. Planet Hulk. Yeah, and that's about it. That's all my stuff. As you can tell, I am geek certified. I was kind of got flooded out by Harvey, so they had to like repaint the walls. Still not done with that, or at least the contractors aren't. This is my setup. Yeah. This is Malachai signing off.